Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Captify Consulting Investor Relations team, I welcome you all to the Q3 and 9 months FY26 post-earnings conference call of Jyoti Resins and Adhesives Ltd. Today on the call from the management team we have with us Mr. Utkarsh Patel, Managing Director, Mr. Samit Shah, Chief Operating Officer, and Mr. Meghal Shah, Finance. As a disclaimer, I would like to inform all of you that this call may contain forward-looking statements which may involve risk and uncertainties. Also, a reminder that this call is being recorded. I would now request the management to give us their opening remarks to detail us about the business performance highlights for the period ended December 2025, the growth perspective and vision for the coming years, post which we will open the floor for Q&A. Over to the management team.
Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the Q3 FY26 con call. As you would have seen, this quarter was soft in terms of flattish revenue and volume growth. YOY after 20% volume growth in Q2. This quarter witnessed a very soft October while sales recovered strongly in November and December. Our exit rate in December was very strong, matching our Q3 growth. In Q4, we aim to cover up significant lost ground. On the balance sheet front, we continue to have a strong cash and bank balance and continue to generate incremental cash flows every year, which we are investing back into the business with focused ATL and BTL spends. We, Euro team, wish to assure you that we are working hard and setting up the right building blocks for the next level of growth to achieve our first targeted 500 crores revenue target. We are continuously aiming to increase our market share in existing states as well as increase our footprint in new states. Now, we are opening the floor for the question and answers.
Thank you, sir, for the opening remark. All those who wish to ask question may use the option of raise hands. In case you are unable to do that, just drop a question, just drop a message in the chat window. We'll invite you to ask the question. We'll take the first question from Keshav Gar. Keshav, you can go ahead.
Mr. Patel, I'm your long-standing investor and I'm very disappointed with the numbers. I mean, operating performance is one thing and our revenue and EBITDA is flat since FY24 and whatever extra advertisement spend we are doing, it is not reflecting in the numbers. So, but be that as it may, I can take at face value whatever you are saying that, I mean, the demand conditions were soft and you are making efforts. I appreciate that. Sir, but our share price is about to go into triple digits now. And the stock is trading at a really, I mean, nobody believes your numbers. That is the bottom line. Anybody I discuss your stock, nobody believes your numbers. So, sir, and you are not open to getting some reputed auditor also. So now that we are cash rich, at least do a share buyback so that there can be confidence in your stock that the numbers are real. And since anyway our EPS is stagnant because profits are stagnant, if you do a share buyback, the number of shares will reduce and the earning per share will increase. So, and that will basically restore the confidence of the investor community in the stock. So, what is your opinion on this?
So, Keshav, you are very right. Since last 3-4 quarters, we are saying that the unit economics is very good if we talk about the EBITDA or PAT, but revenue growth we are not generated that much growth level. But see, as we go with the history of Euro, अगर 10 साल की हिस्ट्री हम देखें तो हम कंसोलिडेट हुए हैं, हर 2-3 साल तक हम कंसोलिडेट हुए हैं, हमने हमारे ग्राउंड स्ट्रॉन्ग किया है, हमारे फंडामेंटल्स हमने स्ट्रॉन्ग किए हैं, फिर उसके बाद हमने ग्रोथ लिया है. सो ये पिछले 10 साल की हिस्ट्री रही है. एज यू आर सेइंग दैट आप बायबैक की जो प्रपोजल आप रख रहे हो, but we are assuming that we need that fund to deploy into the business actually because we have just started. हमने ये जर्नी शुरू की. We are the first adhesives brand के जब पंकज त्रिपाठी को लेके हमने लास्ट अभी लेके आए तो वो भी अभी 8 months हुआ है. एंड अभी एटीएल भी हमने उतना बहुत शुरू नहीं किया है, एंड ऑल्सो वी हैव मेक द स्ट्रॉन्ग ग्राउंड फॉर द ट्रेड मार्केटिंग ऑल्सो। रिसेंटली लास्ट ईयर जैसे हमने अप्रैल मई में 33 अराउंड डीलर मीट्स किया था, मेगा मीट्स, कारपेंटर मीट्स, और वो ऑनगोइंग प्रोसेस है। सो आई सजेस्ट टू टेक एट दैट लेवल कि ये B2C बिजनेस है, इट विल टेक द टाइम टू रिफ्लेक्ट इनटू द नंबर्स, व्हाट एफर्ट्स वी आर मेकिंग, इट विल टेक द टाइम फॉर दैट। एंड एज यू कैन सी, आज एडहेसिव्स में 70 ईयर से कोई ब्रांड ने ये लेवल पे कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं जीता है, चाहे वो कारपेंटर्स हो, चाहे इन्वेस्टर्स हो, चाहे डीलर्स हो। तो आज यूरो ने वो स्टैंड लिया है, और एक डोमिनेंट ब्रांड है उसके सामने आके हम यहाँ पे खड़े हुए हैं, वो एक बड़ी अचीवमेंट है हम सबके लिए। एंड वी आर वेरी मच कॉन्फिडेंट कि ये जर्नी को आगे लेके हम जाएंगे स्ट्रांगली। अगर इतने तक भी पहुंच पाए तो अभी तो काफी कुछ अपना स्ट्रांग फंडामेंटल्स है, बट दिस इज द मैटर ऑफ द टाइम। एंड दैट वाज रियली सरप्राइज फॉर अस इनटू द Q3 बिगिनिंग। जो अक्टूबर मंथ था, वो डिमांड ऑल ओवर बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन मटेरियल पूरे में बहुत ही स्लो रहा है। सो दैट इज द रीजन फॉर दैट।
तो बेसिकली मिस्टर पटेल, आप ये बोल रहे हैं कि अभी 170 करोड़ हमारे पास कैश, नेट कैश पड़ा था सितंबर में। अभी जो भी आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट ये सब कर रहे हैं वो तो सब आपका पीएनएल से कट रहा है ना, तो आपको ये 170, एंड इन एनी केस, इवन देखिए, मैक्सिमम बायबैक द कंपनी कैन डू इज 56 करोड़, 1/4 ऑफ द नेटवर्थ, एंड वी हैव 170 करोड़ lying with us, and then we have internal accruals also, एंड स्टॉक इज ट्रेडिंग एट बेसिकली 11 टाइम्स ईवी EBITDA। तो आप एक तरफ तो बोल रहे हैं कि भाई हमारा B2C स्टॉक है, दूसरी तरफ आपका स्टॉक चल रहा है 11 टाइम, जो बिल्कुल कमोडिटी स्टॉक का वैल्यूएशन है, बट उसके बाद भी आपको इट इज नॉट लुकिंग अट्रैक्टिव इनफ कि आप 50 करोड़ का भी शेयर बायबैक कर ले। तो यही तो क्राइसिस ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस है, एंड दैट गिव्स क्रीडेंस टू द मार्केट डाउट कि जब इतना सस्ता स्टॉक चल रहा है, कंपनी कैश भी दिखा रही है, बट बायबैक करने में पैर सूज जा रहे हैं मैनेजमेंट के। तो सर, दैट इज व्हाट द डाउट इज।
ठीक है, हम इसको ध्यान में लेते हैं, एंड इंटरनली बोर्ड में डिस्कस करेंगे। विल लुक पॉजिटिव अराउंड दैट, व्हाट वी कैन डू।
थैंक यू। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू केशव।
Sir, we'll take the next question from Smith Gala. Smith, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. You mentioned that October was a very soft quarter and the run rate for December was back on track, what you're targeting for, which means that 20 to 25% volume growth was achieved in December, and November was also a good month. So, was October so flat that there was no sales, that the company is reporting flat volumes for the quarter? And we have also been deploying the strategy of heavy marketing expenditure, getting a brand ambassador, and now it is not showing results from the past 8 months, where we have seen other advertising policies or theories or uh, things which can be done and which show a very short turnaround time in 1 2 months. The advertising results start showing. This is cutting our margins from 28-29% to 25%, and still we are wanting to continue the strategy, which is clearly not delivering. So why is management so adamant on continuing this sort of a strategy, which is giving us such a big hit on the P&L?
So, Smith, it is not about the anything we are adamant on. We are working on a different strategies also. But see, sometimes we believe in ourselves and what we have experienced in 17 years, that confidence we have. So it's about the replica and the executions. If we have, see, as a central एंड वेस्टर्न अगर पार्ट में देखें तो रीजनली यूरो हैज डिलीवर अ स्ट्रांग नंबर। सो मैं आपको ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि आप उस हिसाब से देखिए कि एज ए रीजनली यूरो ने काफी एक स्ट्रांग 25-30% का मार्केट शेयर एक कवर किया हुआ है। सो उसमें भी इतने साल लगे हैं। आज कोई भी ब्रांड आप लेगेसी किसी के भी देख लीजिए, तो वो 20-25 ईयर्स की ओल्ड लेगेसी होती है। तो यहाँ पे ये जर्नी हुई और हमने जो स्ट्रॉन्ग एक पैट मार्जिन जो डिलीवर किया है वो लास्ट 3 ईयर से डिलीवर किया है। तो ये बहुत एक अच्छी बात है कि आज कंपनी के पास एक स्ट्रॉन्ग रिजर्व, एक स्ट्रॉन्ग फंडामेंटल है यहाँ की जर्नी को आगे ले जाने के लिए। आई रिक्वेस्ट यू टू सी एट दैट लेवल कि आज हम 150 करोड़ पे बैठे हैं तो वो पूरा जो फंड होगा डिप्लॉय वो कंपनी के एक्सपांशन में, ब्रांड एक्सपांशन में डिप्लॉय होगा। बट आई डोंट वांट टू गो फॉर दैट स्ट्रेटेजी कि भाई हमारे पास पड़ा है तो ये कर दो। सो तो स्ट्रॉन्ग फंडामेंटल ग्राउंड जब तक वो बिल्ड नहीं हो जाता है वो डिप्लॉय करने का कोई मतलब नहीं होता है। सो वी आर करेक्टिंग दैट लेवल। आज हमने काफी सारे करेक्शंस किए हैं एग्जिस्टिंग हमारे जो भी स्ट्रक्चर्स है, सीआरएम इम्प्रूवमेंट्स है, एचआर टीम्स के रिगार्डिंग है, न्यू टैलेंट एक्विजिशंस है, ब्रांडिंग स्ट्रेटेजीज है, ट्रेड मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजीज है, सो मैनी थिंग्स। So we are on that path, but it will reflect on after few quarters, not in a one quarter.
नहीं, सिर्फ 1 क्वार्टर की बात नहीं है, और मैं करेक्ट करने की तो मैं एंगल से बात कर भी नहीं रहा था। मैं जो अपनी ओल्ड स्ट्रैटेजी, अपन ने नई स्ट्रैटेजी लगाई ब्रांड एम्बेसडर पे और जो हैवी मार्केटिंग, वो स्ट्रैटेजी के बिना ही अपना सेल्स काफी आ रहा था। तो उसके अभी नए स्ट्रैटेजी के साथ वी आर नॉट एबल टू डिलीवर, और 1 क्वार्टर नहीं, पिछले 3 क्वार्टर हो चुके हैं जो सेल्स नहीं आ रहे हैं।
नहीं, सी Q2 में आप देखो तो YOY में हमने 20% से ग्रोथ दिया है वॉल्यूम में। सो इट वाज आल्सो अ गुड नंबर, क्योंकि Q2 वैसे भी फ्लैट होता है। आप देखो तो जुलाई अगस्त सितंबर इज ऑलवेज अ लॉन्ग मानसून्स एंड फेस्टिवल सीजन्स। सो Q2 का सभी बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन मटेरियल में कंपनीज का काफी सॉफ्ट होता है। तो एज कंपेरेटिवली यूरो ने वो हमने 20% से ग्रोथ लिया, वो एक अच्छी कॉन्फिडेंस हमको दे रहा है। बट Q3 की अगर बात करें तो रियली मार्केट में एक जेन्युइनली टर्शरी डिमांड और पूरा मार्केट का इशू है। यू नो ऑल द नंबर्स, ऑल द अदर कंपनीज आल्सो। सो दैट इज नॉट इन आवर हैंड, बट वी आर ट्राइंग बेस्ट टू कवर अप इनटू द Q4 फॉर दैट।
और सर, जो अपना जो जो कैश पड़ा हुआ है 170-180 करोड़ का, उसके हिसाब से वी आर टोइंग कि वी हैव द रिसोर्सेज टू डिप्लॉय, बट उसके सामने देर आर अ बिग हैवीवेट कंपटीशन जो आ रहा है। अभी एस्ट्रल ने भी लॉन्च कर दिया है, तो दे आर कमिंग इन विद बिग पॉकेट्स। सो वट एवर वी डिप्लॉय मे नॉट बी actually enough, rather than we should always look for what we are best at. I think
नहीं,
मैं
सी
competition।
सी स्मिथ, कंपटीशंस तो फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट डे था और वो बहुत स्ट्रांग है। यू नो, यू ऑल नो दैट, राइट? और वही कंपटीशन में बाहर निकल के हम यहाँ पे ये लेवल पे पहुंचे हैं। तो कंपटीशन पहले भी था, ऐसा नहीं है कि अभी अभी से है। तो और वो भी डोमिनेंट एंड स्ट्रांग ब्रांड नेम, यू यू ऑल नो दैट। फिर भी हम एक रीजनली स्ट्रांग ब्रांड करके अगर गुजरात की बात करें तो 35% मार्केट शेयर्स। So if you get any chance to check the channels, I really appreciate कि वो कॉन्फिडेंस आपको आएगा कि एक्चुअल ट्रेड में लोग यूरो के बारे में क्या सोच रहे हैं, कारपेंटर्स क्या सोच रहे हैं, डीलर्स कैसे सेटिस्फाई है, कारपेंटर कैसे सेटिस्फाई है। सो वो ग्राउंड लेवल पे हमने स्ट्रांग काम किया है। उसकी वजह से ही आज कंपनी को कोई फंड की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी, डेट फ्री होके ही इंटरनल एक्रूवल से ही इतना सारा डेवलपमेंट कर रही है। चाहे वो मार्केटिंग स्टेज पे हो, ब्राउन फील्ड एक्सपांशन, अभी हमारा ब्राउन फील्ड एक्सपांशन ऑलमोस्ट खत्म होने को आया तो वो भी डेप्लॉय हुआ है। तो प्लांट भी अभी वो कैपेसिटी पे आ जाएगा जहाँ पे 600-700 करोड़ का हम रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर पाए, 3,500 टन पर मंथ। सो एफर्ट्स आर ऑन द 360 डिग्री एफर्ट्स वी आर मेकिंग फॉर दैट।
सो ये जो अपने कैपेसिटी इंक्रीज करी हुई है, जो प्लान अभी एक्टिव हुआ है, उसका उसके अपने को ऑर्डर्स रेडी है, अपन को विजिबिलिटी दिख रही है पाइपलाइन, क्योंकि वरना इफ द कैपेसिटीज बढ़े जा रही है एंड अपना वॉल्यूम ग्रोथ या ऑर्डर्स नहीं मिल रहे, तो डेप्रिसिएशन कॉस्ट लोड होते जाएगा, विच जो नंबर्स में और प्रॉब्लम करेगा।
नहीं, सी हमारा कैपेक्स लार्ज है ही नहीं बिल्कुल। अभी आप देखो तो हम आज 300 करोड़ के रेवेन्यू से कैपेसिटी से बढ़ जाएंगे 1,500 टन पर मंथ। उसमें कुछ अपना 5 to 6 करोड़ रुपीस का ही इन्वेस्टमेंट है। और ऐसा नहीं कि कैपेसिटी हमने ओवर बढ़ा दी है, ये रिक्वायरमेंट है। उसका रीजन मैं आपको बताऊं कि एज ए B2C मॉडल 4 मंथ्स हमारे क्वार्टर में ऐसे आते हैं कि जहाँ पे वो एक अच्छा वॉल्यूम जनरेट होता है। एग्जाम्पल लास्ट मार्च था तो वो अबाउट 2,000 टन पर मंथ गया था। तो अगर हमने वो कैपेसिटी पहले से बिल्ड नहीं की होती तो वो हम लॉस कर जाते वो अपॉर्चुनिटी। सो वी डोंट वांट टू गो फॉर दैट इन अ वेरी स्मॉल कैपेक्स अमाउंट। सो अगर ये हिसाब से आप अगर यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स आप देखो तो ये फंडामेंटली स्ट्रांग हम जा रहे हैं, लेकिन इट्स अ मैटर ऑफ फ्यू क्वार्टर्स दैट व्हाट वी वांट टू गो फॉर दैट। एंड हमको ऐसे नहीं करना है कि सी अभी कंज्यूमर के लेवल की एटीएल की बात करें, राइट? सो एज अ बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन मटेरियल वो एक विजिबिलिटी है, वो एक ट्रस्ट क्रिएट करने के लिए। अदरवाइज वी वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इनटू द मोर इनटू द ट्रेड रेदर देन द ब्रांड कम्युनिकेशंस। वो पहले से ही मेरा सेंटेंस था और आज भी है, और वो स्ट्रेटेजी से ही हम आगे बढ़ेंगे, क्योंकि वो पैसे हमारे बंद नहीं हो और कोई मतलब नहीं है कि वो फाजिल से मनी हम उसमें डिप्लॉय कर दें और कोई रिजल्ट ना मिले। सो वी आर गोइंग वेरी स्ट्रेटेजिकली टू इनटू द स्पेंडिंग। इट्स नॉट लाइक अ कंजर्वेटिव थिंकिंग, but it is a very strategic what we are going.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take the next question from Achal Pal. Achal, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah, hi. So firstly, I wanted to ask, where are we seeing, in which market we are seeing the challenges, or are we facing any pricing pressure? Because if I see the peers like Pidilite, Astral, Jubilant, almost all have reported mid double digit revenue growth. So just wanted to have a look, like in which markets we are facing the challenges.
See, first of all, Ajay, it is a very multi businesses they have, so I cannot comment on regarding you.
So I am so this double digit growth that I have seen, that is in only adhesive business I'm talking about. I have not considered other businesses.
Right. But I just want to share you some details about the adhesives industry. So they are they are more into the epoxies also, the cyano adhesives also, construction chemicals हो गया, waterproof adhesives हो गया, tile adhesives हो गया. So it's a different adhesives, and we are into the white glue only. But you are very right. This is not any excuse that they have delivered and we are because of so and so reason. Yes, of course, we have not delivered that much of number in quarter थ्री, बट एज आई एक्सप्लेन दैट क्वार्टर टू में हमको एक बहुत अच्छा कॉन्फिडेंस मिला है कि जब हमने वाई वाई पे 20% से ग्रोथ किया है, अगर ऐसे टफ मानसून मंथ्स में भी, सो दैट वी आर ऑन ऑन दैट एंड काफ़ी सारी स्ट्रेटेजीज हम इम्प्रूवमेंट्स में ला रहे हैं। वी आर इनटू दैट एग्जीक्यूशन जर्नी, बट एग्जीक्यूशंस अगर सही से सही डायरेक्शन में करना है तो इट इज टेकिंग सम टाइम्स फॉर दैट। दैट इज द ओनली रीजंस।
Okay, so there is no pricing pressure we are facing, right?
Sorry?
There is no pricing pressure that we are facing right now.
It's not about the pricing pressure. Yes, it's about yes, the competitions जो है वो एग्रेसिव हुआ है, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है। बट जैसा मैंने बताया कि कंपटीशन तो फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट डे था और बहुत स्ट्रांग नाम के साथ था, एंड वो है। बट वी लर्न फ्रॉम दैट डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस व्हाट वी हैव मेजर इनटू लास्ट 17 years। एंड हर कंपनी की हर ब्रांड की एक जगह बनती है, उसको बनाना पड़ता है, एंड दैट नीश मार्केट व्हाट वी हैव क्रिएटेड इनटू द कारपेंटर एंड डीलर सेगमेंट्स। सो वो प्रेशर्स को हम ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव ले रहे हैं। मे बी शायद वो नंबर के इफेक्ट पे एक दो क्वार्टर्स पड़ सकता है, बट उससे बहुत अच्छा चीज़ ये हो रहा है कि हम काफ़ी अवेयर हो गए हैं, हमारी टीम जो है वो बहुत एफर्ट कर रही है, and we are improving day-to-day basis.
Okay, and how much the advertisement spend we have done this quarter, and how much we are targeting for the year?
For the 9 months, we have done almost 4.5% of ATL BTL. So that we also want to take to the 7 to 8% around of revenue.
Okay. Okay. And so just wanted to understand, like, how much margin are we giving to our retailers in the new markets versus our old markets?
For the euro, we are giving 8 to 13%. And for the
Okay.
dealers also, and 8 to 13% for the carpenters also. So that is depends upon the older and new market. So if it is a new market, then we go higher to penetrate more. And for the where the brand is very much established, then it is 8 to 9% around.
Okay, so last question is on EBITDA margin. So, sir, I have seen the peers also. So, we are at a very good EBITDA margin, like 25% plus. Whereas if I see Pidilite, Astral, and Jubilant, they are like around, Jubilant is around 7 to 8%, Astral is 16 to 17%. So, what are the right things we are doing that we are able to maintain this kind of margin? And also, is this margin is sustainable going forward when we are scaling the business?
First, always I am saying that this is the reason that we have been very focused for the white glue, and we want to build our brand into the white segment only. So that is the one reason. Then second is we have put always our employee and customer into the core. So what strategies and whatever policies we design, we always focus about their benefits and for the long term relationship with them. And also we have controlled our expenses. We spend each and every money very, we don't flood our money in any kind of कि जहाँ पे losses के बहुत ज़्यादा chances हो जाए and what impact give to the future plans, so that we are very much control into that. So यही मॉडल को हमको स्केलेबल करना है. ये मॉडल जो आज 300 करोड़ पे लेके आए, तो यही मॉडल में हम और नई टीम और नए टैलेंट एक्विजिशंस एंड और ट्रेनिंग्स एंड इंडक्शंस करके इसको स्केलेबल बनाने का हमारा प्लान है. सो दैट्स कैन गिव अस टू द 500 करोड़ ऑफ रेवेन्यू.
Okay, okay, thank you.
थैंक यू.
Thanks, Achal. We'll take the next question from Vatsal Shah. Vatsal, you can go ahead, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. So there are two specific questions which I would like to ask. So if we see, as Utkarshi, you had mentioned that last 3 years had been uh, uh, pretty good in terms of how the business has scaled. So if I talk of last 3 years in particular, last 12 to 14 quarters, one question has been the decreasing EBITDA margins, which has been consistently decreasing from the range of 32 to 34%. To almost 25-26% now. So is it just because of geographic expansion and sales promotion strategy that our margins have been decreasing, or is it because of competition also? So could you just give some more clarity on that? And second question, could you provide specific sales growth numbers for your top 3 states, which is Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Maharashtra? If I'm incorrect, mistaken, please correct. But your top 3 states growth numbers over the last YOY, year on year. So could you just help gain clarity on the two questions, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
So see, in a margin front, I always guided with the 20 to 25% of EBITDA in a longer term. This is the exceptional EBITDA what we have delivered in last 3 years. So long term के लिए हमने हमेशा ये guide किया है. The reason is that 7 to 8% is the different situations what we need to face, and we need to put that for the growth front. So trade marketing spends competition. You are saying that maybe sales promotion discount we will need to pass into the channels. So ATL branding हमने brand communication शुरू किया है. So that was always the plan to remain with the 20, 22, 25% of EBITDA. So that is the reason. एंड वो इंक्रीज नहीं हो रहा है, लेकिन उसकी जगह पे वो बहुत ही प्रॉपरली जगह पे डिप्लॉय हो रहा है जो नीडेड है ब्रांड को फ्यूचर एक्सपांशन के लिए, ये सपोर्ट के लिए. सो दैट इज नीडेड. एंड फॉर द नंबर फॉर द स्टेट वाइज आई कैन नॉट गिव यू ऑन द this call, but you can separately contact our IR for that.
Sure, and just because we have been writing to the IR team and them a lot, but the correspondence and communication has been very poor. So I think the IR should take a note that the communication to existing shareholders should be a little more proactive.
Sure. So we'll correct that way, and we'll pass this message to the team for that.
Yeah, and last question, Utkarsh bhai, as the first investor did mention in the call, why do not we have a reputed auditor? Because that will give a lot of confidence in large investors and also DIIs and FIIs. So we are lacking a decent reputed auditor, and it has nothing to do with the company's existing strategy or the previous strategy. But now, if we have a vision of scaling this company over the next 3 to 5 years, I would seriously recommend that at the board level, you should discuss on having a reputed auditor.
Sure, Vatsal. So you are very right and we are on to that also. So वो improvements हमने हमेशा से किए हैं in each and every part. So we respect the advice and the suggestions of yours. So ये भी हम करेंगे. But right now, if we talk about the current auditor, so it is R Kabra and that is a solo partner of the EcoVis firm that is from the Germany. So the EcoVis is also a very reputed firm into the Germany. So that is our auditor. But definitely I understand what you are saying that in a big four or big five around. So we'll have that future plans for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Utkarsh bhai.
Thank you.
Sir, we'll take the question from chat. This question is asked by Kevin Gala. Sir, since you said we are consolidating since last 2 years and such period do come in our journey, why are you still giving guidance of 20% growth since last 4 quarters?
You are very right that, but see, we want that growth actually. हमारा ये प्लान था and देखने जाए तो हम एक्चुअली ऐसा यूरो एक साल कंसोलिडेट हुए हैं. इफ वी सी द नंबर 22-23 में 260 नंबर था, वो हमारा 285 नंबर पहुंचा है. तो वो भी अपना 9-10% से ग्रोथ हुआ है वो साल में भी. बट आफ्टर दैट एक साल हमारा कंसोलिडेट हुआ है. जो 22-23 और 23-24 का नंबर है, 23-24 से हमने 10% का ग्रोथ लिया है. बट यू आर वेरी राइट, 20% का ग्रोथ प्लान हमारा था. बट एनी हाउ बिकॉज ऑफ सो मेनी सर्कमस्टेंसेस वी वर नॉट एबल टू डिलीवर. बट अभी हम ऐसा प्लान करेंगे कि हम काफ़ी अच्छे से एक प्लान्स को स्टडी करके जो हमारा एग्जीक्यूशंस हो पाए वो हिसाब से ही नंबर देंगे, जिसकी वजह से एक ट्रांसपेरेंसी आए. So that this is the reason that though the quarter three is flattish and there is no much more to any announcement in this quarter, but though we are facing to you all and we want to understand and your suggestions to grow more from here.
Okay, sir, we have another question from Fortune Limited on chat. This question is, if we want FY26 revenue of around 320 odd crore, as you mentioned in last quarter, so are you estimating 100 crore revenue in quarter four?
The exact number I cannot say into this call, but the quarter four is always a very good quarter to cover up the sales, because if we go about the history, then every quarter four is always a very volumetric for us. So we are trying best कि हम इसको एक अच्छे से डिलीवर कर पाए कि जिसकी वजह से पूरे साल की एक एवरेज हमारी सेट हो पाए. So we are trying our best for that.
Okay, and sir, there is one more question on chat by Chitaksh Gupta. This question is, can you please repeat the volume growth of Q3? I joined late, so I missed. Also, what was the price hit we had in Q3?
Volume growth for Q3 is almost YOY is a flattish around. It's 4%. And 9 months is 4% around, 4 to 4.5% for the 9 months.
And we have one more question from Kishan Gupta on chat. What is the single most important thing you people are focusing currently?
Right now we are focusing on the multi-function what we needed for the growth. Like I mentioned, that talent acquisitions, induction training, and brand communications, trade marketing. So all 360-degree efforts what we needed to grow from here.
And Kishan Gupta is following up. How was the growth in white glue industry in October?
There is not a particular data we have for the October, but October is all over very down into the demand. Maybe the longer monsoon and the festivals also. but we don't have the exit data for the October.
Okay, and there is one more question from Diya Jain on chat. Volume in tons and ASP for this quarter.
For this quarter means quarter four.
Quarter 3.
We don't give the number quarterly on this call, but if they have the questions, they can ask, they can do the mail to the IR team.
Okay, sir, we'll take the next question from Amit Agicha. Amit, you can go ahead, please.
थैंक यू फॉर द अपॉर्चुनिटी सर मेरा सवाल था कैपेसिटी को लेकर एंड मार्केट शेयर को लेकर लाइक द करंट कैपेसिटी इज 24,000 टीपीए लाइक व्हाट कैपेसिटी यूटिलाइजेशन इज करंट एंड अगर हम 24,000 टीपीए करें तो व्हाट विल बी द पीक रेवेन्यू पोटेंशियल एंड एज फार एज द मार्केट शेयर इज कंसर्न यू सेड गुजरात में हमारा मार्केट शेयर 35% है सो ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे आप बता पाएंगे हमारा मार्केट शेयर कितना व्हाट इज द टाइम साइज
सी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो हम प्रेजेंट 14 स्टेट्स में है एंड जो 5 स्टेट्स है वो हमने काफ़ी मैच्योरली बिल्ड किया है एंड बाकी की 9 स्टेट्स में हमारी जर्नी पेनिट्रेशन की अभी ऑन है सो पूरा इंडिया तो अभी हम प्रेजेंट नहीं हुए हैं बट वी आर प्लानिंग नेक्स्ट 2 years के हम और 5 to 6 स्टेट्स में प्रेजेंट हो जाए About the capacity, right now 2000 ton per month की हमारी capacity averagely we are doing 1250 tons per month. That is average. But as I mentioned that few months goes to went up to the 1500 1800 तक जाता है तो उसकी वजह से हमने ये कैपेसिटी एडवांस में बिल्ड की हुई है जो यूटिलाइज भी हो रही है एंड आफ्टर दैट वी आर मूविंग फॉर द 3500 टन पर मंथ उसमें ऑलमोस्ट 70-80% काम फिनिश हो गया है सो आफ्टर 1 or 2 quarters एंड ऑफ दिस क्वार्टर में भी वील हैव द कैपेसिटी ऑफ 3500 टन तो उसमें करीबन हम 600 to 700 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर पाएंगे
सर मार्केट शेयर ऑफ इंडिया लेवल एक गुजरात में हम जैसे आपका 35% कहा आपने तो ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे आप बता पाएंगे
जैसा मैंने बताया कि हम ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे प्रेजेंट ही नहीं हुए हैं सो इट इज नॉट द राइट नंबर टू एक्सप्लेन दैट ऑल ओवर इंडिया मार्केट शेयर
ओके
कुछ
अंडरस्टूड
काफी स्टेट्स में हमें प्रेजेंट ही नहीं है सो दैट्स व्हाई
अंडरस्टूड सर ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द फ्यूचर
थैंक यू
Sumit, we'll take the next question from Faisal Hawa. Faisal, you can go ahead, please. Sir, we'll move on to Smith Gala. Smith, you can go ahead, please.
सर सो एक अगेन स्ट्रैटेजी लेवल क्वेश्चन सो अभी अपन जो एनएससी लिस्टिंग के प्रोसेस में कहाँ तक पहुंचे और कब तक एनएससी लिस्टिंग दिख पाएगा ताकि थोड़ा शेयर्स को जो अपना शेयर है उसको विजिबिलिटी ज्यादा मिले मोर देन मोर वॉल्यूम्स एक्सेट्रा जो बीएसई से एनएससी में ज्यादा होते हैं
Sure. So, exact dates I don't have available right now, but NSC process is on. So, we'll communicate with our CS and compliance team and we'll definitely get back to you regarding that.
ओके और क्वालिटेटिवली नंबर्स में नहीं क्वालिटेटिवली अभी ऑलमोस्ट 40 डेज क्वार्टर 4 के चले गए तो डिमांड कैसा दिख रहा है क्वार्टर 4 में
क्वार्टर 4 में हमने जनवरी का एक डिमांड दिसंबर का एक डिमांड तो अच्छा था एंड दिसंबर में हमारा एक पुश ट्रेड में होने की वजह से जनवरी वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन टू मोर इनटू द पूल साइड सो वी हैव डन मोर कारपेंटर मीट्स इनटू दिसंबर एंड जनवरी सो अभी कंपैरेटिवली क्वार्टर 3 से डिमांड अच्छा है ऑल ओवर मार्केट में सो मार्केट इज नाउ कमिंग बैक टू द रिदम ऐसा लग रहा है
ओके ओके थैंक यू
We'll take the next question from Mudit Minocha. Mudit, you can go ahead, please.
थैंक्स फॉर द अपॉर्चुनिटी मुझे जानना था कि आपके जो नए स्टेट्स हैं वहाँ पे आपका ग्रोथ मे बी नॉट इन नंबर्स बट एटलीस्ट क्वालिटेटिवली इफ यू कैन गाइड के वहाँ पे कैसा ग्रोथ है क्योंकि हमारा जो एग्जिस्टिंग स्टेट्स है उसका तो अब जो इंडस्ट्री ग्रोथ होगा वहीं से ग्रोथ आएगा तो आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड आपका उस स्टेट्स में ग्रोथ कैसा है और वहाँ पे आप हाउ फार आर यू फ्रॉम getting the growth and brand presence like the other 5 states?
Sure, Udit. So, I want to suggest Mr. Samit Shah, our CEO, to answer this question.
Hi, Udit. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Yes, you're
audible.
audible.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Udit, good question. So basically, right now we are in a build-up stage across all the new states, and we are going for a right talent onboarding and increasing our footprints, our penetration in the market in terms of acquiring new dealers, onboarding new carpenters across to drive demand also on one hand, and on the other hand to have a placement across. So that's a process which is going on, and we have got a few new states, and we are also in the process of adding another 4 to 5 states, which are lucrative states in terms of growth prospects for the coming quarters. So in the portfolio, we are adding those also, so that our current volume, which is being driven majorly from West and Central, gets divided amongst further growing states also. So that process is going on at this moment. So probably in a couple of quarters or 2 to 3 quarters, I think we'll be able to have finish the onboarding process and start our placements across the new territories. That's the plan.
Right. Thank you. My second question is above the line
Udit?
marketing expenses. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah,
Am I
yeah.
audible? Yeah. Hello.
Yes, you are
Hello.
audible.
Sameer, are you able to hear us?
Yes.
So I want to ask, is above the line marketing maybe good for long-term brand presence and equity? बट क्या अभी आप बिलो द लाइन और ट्रेड चैनल पे ज्यादा फोकस करके वो जो ब्रांड इक्विटी क्रिएट किया है उसको ग्रोथ में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए कोई एफर्ट्स डाल रहे हैं एंड हैव यू
Yes.
एवर पायलटेड के बिलो द लाइन मार्केटिंग से और अबव द लाइन मार्केटिंग से रिटर्न ऑन मार्केटिंग स्पेंस किधर ज्यादा आ रहा है एंड देन वी
See,
कैन डबल डाउन के ये अच्छा स्ट्रेटेजी है.
right. So again, a good question actually. So very important question for our trade and industry. So as you see that our major, our major marketing spend is skewed towards trade marketing because that's our key trade people, right? So that will always be there. However, brand marketing also we are very conscious about, and we have started investing in that after onboarding Pankaj Tripathi ji also as our brand ambassador, and we are selectively investing in the right avenues where our TG is there, right? So rather than flourishing or spending money extravagantly on the brand marketing front, we are going very conscious on that investment and spending wherever TG is. Along with that, trade marketing will always remain our priority one, key priority to engage in wherever new territories we go. So to engage with those our trade people, be it dealers or be it carpenters, to onboard them and to retain them for a longer period. It would be our focus area. So obviously BTL will remain key focus along with ATL as well. However, we'll again, I'll again reiterate the fact that our investment will be more skewed towards trade marketing.
Thanks for this.
Yeah, thank you.
So we'll take the next question from Harish Shah. Harish, you can go ahead, please. Sir, we'll move on to Amit Agicha. Amit, you can go ahead, please.
Sir, over the years, can you tell us of at least 3 to 4 special insights that you have in this business, which will enable you to succeed even against Pidilite?
So the main thing is that focused as a single product, single industry. This is the key success, I believe. Second is always putting the customer and the employee into the core. That is always a strategy, a good strategy. And the community, the end users are the key persons who trust the brand and who recommend our brand. So to focus onto the carpenters, it is the best strategy to take this business next level.
I understand that as a platitude because that applies to almost all the businesses in the world. But can you give like 3 or 4 steps that you take to really have a greater understanding of the customer and to engage with him well? Because you are now facing a competitor whose distribution strategy is and even the advertising and branding strategy is like iconic.
See, you are very right, and that's why they are there, and we appreciate for that, and we always benchmark and we learn from them. So, but the main thing to addition of your thought is the distributions and the network to build is the main criteria into that. And as we work onto the community, ये जो trust है वो actually ऐसे ही build नहीं होता है. For that we need to do the transaction of our promises what we have made, that we need to deliver regularly, consistently. So as a euro आज सेंट्रल एंड वेस्टर्न स्टेट्स में हम इतने स्ट्रांग हुए हैं और सालों से अगर ये डिलीवरी आ रहा है, रिपीट बिजनेस आ रहा है, उसका रीजन ही यही है कि वो प्रोमिसेस जो हमने किए उसको हमने ओवर डिलीवर किए हैं. सो दैट इज द की what I want to share with you, what your question is. So that I believe कि
Okay,
वो
I understand. So basically, spending the time in the business and keeping on delivering itself is a strategy.
right.
And secondly, sir, many companies, Havels is an example, uh, where the owners have taken sometimes, on the distribution at least they have left it more to professional management, because finally you do, as owners, get tired with so many other things. And yet the owner also sits and is almost on first name terms with most distributors. So are we kind of thinking of that kind of strategy also? Because over many years, the owners may tire out with so many things. And once you have a more professional team in place for distribution, advertising, and marketing, like how Pidilite has done, uh, it could yield more longer lasting returns.
So it is about the right strategy, I think, and it is not about the tiredness, but I believe that it should be about the delegation of the work, and that should be handled. We already started for that to
Professionals.
professionals and the strategies to build for that.
So Amit, I think just to answer this, I think you rightly pointed out. So we have realized this fact, and as you rightly mentioned, that we, as a leadership team, we would want to focus on the further growth prospects and all across, and we would try to scheme as much as possible the market potential. Hence, we have already started onboarding the professionals from outside organizations, from the various multinationals also in our company, and they also find it quite attractive, company to enter into. And they have started. So I will not name those people, but I think we have started onboarding on northeast, west, south across wherever we are expanding new geographies and new territories. So completely right from zero level, we are hiring our professionals to drive the business further. Right, so to ensure that we, a management team, can keep focusing on the core things and the business is being driven by the professionals, because that's how you grow, right? So I think that's what we have already implemented.
So can you give which kind of companies are we hiring these people from?
As I mentioned, I can't tell the name of those companies at this moment as the process is going on, but they are multinationals. You can understand the multinationals, where they come from, and the kind of professional approach, the kind of SOPs and processes they follow, the kind of tech they operate on, the kind of sales techniques they follow. So what all these new practices are bringing in and coming into Jyoti Resins also now, and right from so as we really, clearly mentioned in the beginning, that we are in the transformation phase at this moment. So we are on the hiring spree at the leadership level, at the ground level, with the right talented guys on board to drive the business further.
Thank you very much for answering my questions so well, sir. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Samit, sir, we'll take the question from Harish. Harish, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah. Am I audible? मेरा क्वेश्चन और सजेशन है उत्कर्ष जी से. Sir, I'm going through the balance sheet. Though sales numbers are quite better comparing to 9 month ended 24 and 25. But sir, ये जो sales promotion, commission and other expenses part में ज़्यादा increase हो गया है, about say 25% compared to 9 months. तो इसमें हम एक रिवर्स मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी का मुझे सजेशन देना था कि rather spending on promotional expenses, shall we spend on creating demand? like distributing free samples or this customers जब सामने से मांगेगा तो कमीशन पार्ट की जो एक्सपेंसेस है वो ऑटोमेटिक कम हो जाएगी.
You are very right, Harish. Actually,
Yeah,
we are into that also, and we believe also with this थॉट प्रोसेस. सो हम भी वही प्रोसेस में कि हम कैसे ज्यादा डिमांड क्रिएट कर पाए नीचे से फ्रॉम द
yeah,
कारपेंटर्स, आर्किटेक्ट, इंटीरियर्स और द कंज्यूमर्स ऑल्सो. So
yeah.
reason is that only is that we don't want to be only discounted brand, but we want to go with
Right.
the
Because
good
it
brand.
also sometimes decreases brand value कि इतना expenses जो प्रमोशन और कमीशन में हो रहा है तो प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड कभी कभी कस्टमर माइंडसेट ऐसा होता है कि सस्ता मिल रहा है तो कुछ इसमें ठीक नहीं होगा.
Right, Harish, you are very right.
Sometimes it happens.
That's a very valid question, Harishji. Actually,
Yeah,
so in the same direction we are working. I think you pointed out very correctly. So
right.
demand generation is the one. If there is a demand, there is a pool of the product. Then I think we'll have to spend less on the creating awareness and push for the brand. And I think we'll be channelizing the investment in the right manner.
Generating demand is more important because I'm being
Absolutely.
a marketing person since last 40 years.
Great.
I know कि सामने से demand आ गई तो there is very less commission or percentage we need to pass
That's right. That's
to
right. So if
mediators. Yeah.
market pull is there, you can save a lot of money on the trade push.
Yeah, right. Correct.
So perfect,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Take the next question from Aditi Loharuka. Aditi, you can go ahead, please.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
So, as you mentioned, that out of 14 states in which we are present, 5 are matured markets. So, for you, like, what are the indicators of a matured market for the rest of the 9 states? Like, and is it state specific or is it same for all? Like the parameters which we have to achieve to consider a state to be a matured market. Thank you.
Yeah, Aditi, I think good question. So, yes, we have benchmark. How do we name market as a mature market and how is this a growth market for us? So, any market wherein we have got a decent market share in the range of around 20% and above is we have termed as a mature market. Though the benchmark is 25%. So, but once the market comes around 20% range, we start considering that as a mature market. So these 5 states which we are mentioning, we are around having 20% of market share, and in rest 9 states, we are in the process of acquiring that market share. And the seeding work is going on, complete 2.0 transformation process is going on in those states. And along with that, to answer, Aditi, we are also adding few more lucrative states, as I mentioned earlier in my earlier other answer also, to have a higher penetration, larger, economies of scale, whatever investment we do on a ATL front, it gets divided amongst various markets, and we create awareness and market pool. As Harishji also rightly mentioned earlier, that it's a like market pool always helps. So we are in that process also. So overall, on trade and brand perspective, both places we are investing very consciously to build a strong pool.
Okay, so sir, can you just tell your market share in the states of UP and territory of Delhi?
So it's I think we have just UP we have just opened a year back or so. So it's at the build-up stage. The good number, Aditi, would want to say that I think we are present across more than 1,000 outlets in UP territory at this moment as we speak, and we have started getting repeat orders from most of these outlets. So that's a very good positive sign that our brand is being accepted very well in those markets, and we are also building up our UP business in a robust manner going forward, because it's one of the biggest states of the country and Hindi speaking belt also. So probably most of our trade comes from this region. So that's very focused, I think, key and focused market for us. So obviously we are very conscious about it to build and gain more market share from there.
Okay, and so what about the performance in Delhi?
We consider, I mean, so Delhi, again, as I mentioned, the Delhi UP, we started together simultaneously. So we are building it up. So Delhi NCR and UP is under, build-up stage only at this moment as we speak. It's been just a year. So we are penetrating there across key outlets, key markets, hiring right talent across. We are, expanding our dealer base. We are onboarding carpenters by, having a lot of carpenter meets also, driving tertiary demand also from there. So it's at the build-up stage. Probably it may take around another 3 to 4 quarters for us to have a decent presence in Delhi NCR.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. Thanks.
We'll take the question from chat. This question is asked by Ayush Sharma. By when we are planning to achieve 500 crores in revenue, and what would be the product proportion of volume and price growth in the same?
So as I mentioned that we are now very much conscious about the numbers. So I think we'll do the proper planning and then we can present the numbers. So that's why it is not right now the time that we can give the exact number of exact year of the 500 crore of revenue. So we'll come back with the better planning for that.
Okay, and here's another question is also, when do we planning on doing more capex? If yes, how much, which justifies the 500 crore revenue mark?
So right now we are onto the brownfield expansions, and that is already 70-80% work is done. So within next 1 or 2 quarters it will be finished. And I think after 27 we will assume that we'll start for the new greenfield, and that will be around 40 to 45 crore rupees of greenfield new expansion.
We'll take the last question from the chat, which is from Vishal Pandya. His question is, how was VAM prices in quarter gone by, and what are the prices now, and how does it affect our profitability?
It is definitely affect our profitability, but right now it is flat around, so not any much rise into the VAM prices.
Okay, since sir there are no further questions, would you like to give any closing comments?
I request you all and thank you very much for that, and request you all to trust Euro team. We are trying our best to deliver the good numbers, and as we mentioned that we want to be very transparent to all the investors, and we'll do better planning and deliver the better numbers in nearer future. Thank you very much for trusting us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to the management team for your valuable time, and thank you to all the participants for joining on the call. This brings us to the end of today's conference call. You all may disconnect now. Thank you.
Thank you.